Hi, this is Jeannie. I am going to talk today about healing and how healing starts in the mind. So, a bit about my story. I am a PPCM or postpartum cardiomyopathy um, survivor. I was diagnosed in 2011 and recovered fully by 2012. Went on to have a baby in 2014 at the age of 43. So I am well read on health because I had to be in order to have another baby after postpartum cardiomopathy. And after that, I was quite well for about 10 years living my life. And um, I recently got sick again. My heart failure, my heart ejaculation fraction was measured in May actually at 15%, and it is now, as of I think October, was it? Yeah, I think I got the echo in October, early October, late September, 31%, and I think and I'm aiming to be fully recovered in the next 6 months. So um, that's a bit about me and my story. Um, and what I want to do and talk about today is for all those people who are going through a chronic illness of any kind or have got a diagnosis that um, if you want to recover, you can. And that is, and it first starts in your mind because words are incredibly powerful in what you speak and say to yourself. So when I first came home from hospital and I had the diagnosis of 15%, which is, if you know anything about EF, is pretty bad. I sort of had a bit of dizziness, but I kind of put it aside and I just made a plan up of what I was going to do because I'd been through it before. So I decided what I was going to do with my diet. I changed it to basically plant-based, no oils, nothing processed, lots of fruit and vegetables, and green smoothies, green juices and I set myself a target where initially I think I did 1 kilometer on the treadmill, and then I would do 2.5 kilometers. And my target was 5 kilometers a day on the treadmill, and that's what I've managed to get to at a quite a rapid pace. And now I'm sort of incorporating some daily yoga as well on top of that, plus all the other things that I'm doing. So, but in order to get to that place, I think, especially with a diagnosis of 15%, I had to believe that I was going to recover, and I had to also, minimize stress and just change my life to invest in me. And that's really, a lot of that is an act of self-love. And I know a lot of mothers out there in particular, they are really putting their children and their families first to the point where they don't look after themselves. And you can't sacrifice yourself. You can't help your family if you've sacrificed yourself and you're not there for them. So everything when you're recovering from a chronic illness has to be about you. You have to have enough self-love to put yourself first in everything that you do and what you choose to put in your body. So I'm not actually going to go into how I think I got sick again, not for this video. This video is just all about the mental side. So I actually asked a friend when she felt that she had recovered or when she felt that she had turned the corner. And she said to me, when you told me all those years ago to stop thinking and speaking myself as being in heart failure, I think that's when I truly started to heal, regardless of what the echoes said. And I think this is really such a profound statement and I've noticed over the years, because I have been running the website myheartsisters.com, that the women who would come, regardless of their EF, if they had a positive attitude towards recovery, didn't matter how low the EF was, even as they would fully recover, and it wouldn't even matter how old a woman was. I've had women who've come along who are in their 60s with an EF of 15%, fully recover within a year, and to the dismay of their cardiologist, who didn't have a clue how. But it first starts before all the other diet and all the other things. It first starts in your mind, you making a decision that you're going to recover, no matter what anyone else says. And I think that's really the hardest part, because even for myself, being quite a strong person, when I go to the doctors to get my echo or get my results, it usually takes me a whole week to just detox from everything that's been said to me, and just clear my mind again to know, okay, no, I'm going to be okay. And it's not that they've said anything that bad, essentially. I mean, if they did, that'd be even probably take me even longer. But it's just the negative energy that comes from there. You're not going to a doctor and them saying, oh, everything's great, your results are fantastic, you're going to be on your way to healing, and we expect you to be well in 6 months or so forth. They never say that. It's always usually never good enough. Nothing. There's always, they're trained to find something wrong with you, and they'll always find something wrong. If you are looking to find something wrong, you'll always find it. But if you're looking for healing, you have to look at and give thanks for all the positive steps. So even if at the start of your journey, it's the fact that you can walk up a flight of steps, well, give thanks for that. You've walked up that step of, flight of steps that you couldn't the other day. So you've made progress. And to really mark that in a journal of all the little things that you can do that you couldn't do the day before. And that's why I sort of did the walking on the treadmill, and how fast I was doing it for, as a mark of how much my improvement was. And also I would record down what I was eating each day to keep myself honest. So everyone has heard, I guess, of the placebo effect. We all know what that means, that when someone is given a sugar pill and they think that it's a medication, that their body responds and actually heals. But not well known is the nocebo effect. And the nocebo effect is the opposite of the placebo effect. It describes a situation where a negative outcome occurs due to a belief that the intervention will cause harm. So in a lot of ways, when we are focusing on disease, and if you spend a lot of time on Google researching symptoms and so forth, you can become quite hypochondriac. Every little thing can bring you down, and you can start talking sickness into your life instead of talking healing. So I wrote an article on the website, which I'll put a link to in the comments, called Roadmap to Healing, Aging Backwards and Longevity. It's basically a summary of everything I've learnt in the last 11 years. And because everyone's journey is different, everyone's situation is different. So I kind of made a map up to help you understand the effect of inflammation and things in the body and how the body heals. And people can choose what works for them or what resonates with them, because everyone has got a different journey ahead of them. And you can try different things, and if you don't feel better on those things, and that feelings can't be explained as a detox, or then discontinue, try something else. That is all part of the journey of healing. It's sometimes it's not always linear. Sometimes you don't always get it right the first time, and sometimes we just get influenced by outside forces to do things that negatively impact us. We're human after all. But to be kind to yourself and to tick all those boxes, minimize stress, look at the food that you're eating. Really, if you're looking at something that is junk food, don't eat it. Because it's an act of self-love to eat well. It really is. Everything you put in your body, you have to be really mindful of, and then you'll actually think clearer. Because that's what I found in the beginning. I was really strict on this diet this time around, because I thought, hey, no mucking around, 15%. So everything was out, and I thought, God, how am I going to live? I'm not allowed to use oil in this diet, because I used the book by Dr. Richard Fleming, Stop Inflammation Now, kind of as a basis for the diet plan that I developed for myself. And it's interesting because as time has gone by, it's just got easier. It's just become normal to have and to cook without oil. And that to the point now that I think, oh, when I've gone out to eat, on my birthday, that was one bad day. I'm like, wow, there's so much oil in this. You can really feel it, the oil, the sugar, the salts. And you eat really clean, it's like, wow, it clears everything up, not just your body, it clears up your mind so that you're actually able to implement more and more positive steps in your life, minimizing stress, getting lots of sunshine, exercise. And then you suddenly know what you need to do. And so right now I am doing lots of things like rollerblading, ice skating, going a lot out with the children. I still do a lot of juicing. I try and do that once a day, and I'm using some online videos for yoga practice. I read a lot, get involved in the community, and I'm pretty much living a normal life. I've imagined to myself the healthiest person I know, and that is going to be me, and to set high goals for that. Because really, at the end of the day, it really is an act of self-love. And I think when I look at so many people with heart failure in particular, a lot of people energetically have got this way because you're so caring for everyone else in the world. But now you've got to really redirect that energy to yourself, to say, okay, I'm going to do, and look at yourself in the third person and think, well, looking down from some height at everything that you're doing in the third person and thinking, what am I doing to myself? Is this the right choice for me right now? And to set aside all the guilt and all the trauma of what may or may not have caused it, and just simply accept whatever your situation is now, it is what it is, and to move forward from that. Because I think, and my belief and testimony of thousands and thousands of people, that healing is not just a possibility, it is absolutely a reality that you make by your beliefs.